Welcome back to Burn the Ship, the podcast where we connect entrepreneurs to professionals to help you go all in on your business. I'm your host, Ezra Brown. Without further ado, I'm going to allow my guest to introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. This is Melita. I am the owner of Florida Superior Painting, based on Holiday, Florida, which is in the Tampa Bay area.
Awesome, Miss Melita. So, painting world, Florida, it's a crazy lifestyle, huh? Living out there, living close to the water. You people are wild. But no, kind of tell the people a little story of how you kind of got into entrepreneurship, whether that was early on in life or whether it's something, where you've always had that spirit or you went into the corporate world and kind of worked for a little bit before you started Florida Painting.
Yes. Well, I have started this company almost 10 years ago. I am coming from a construction company. The family business was in the construction, so this was kind of a natural thing going with me. I have worked a little bit in the industry of the shipping and logistics area. But I guess something, dragged me back to the construction business. Painting is something that always fascinated me.
Right.
After everything that it's done and everything that you see a construction that has been built, and you look at it, and actually it doesn't tell you anything. It doesn't speak to you before you put the color. It's right there. It gets life and it gets a personality, it gets a face. And really and truly, I have decided to start my own business just to be able to serve people, make their projects or their homes or you know um, their construction beautiful and complete.
Yeah,
So
most definitely.
we have been out there for 10 years. It is not easy. I have to tell that to everybody that is looking to get into the industry. The competition is harsh, and especially here in Florida, in the Tampa Bay area, being the hot spot of the state and having a booming real estate for almost done more than 7 years now.
Right.
Especially after the COVID era, that the state stayed open, which attract many people come down here into business, maybe many investors, many contractors, but also many companies from other states as well, many entrepreneurs. So we have more business, but we have more competition to face as well.
Yeah, absolutely. In the painting world, there's a lot of, I guess, vertical or niches that you can get into in that painting space, whether it be a commercial or residential. What would you say is the bread and butter for you guys? Where do y'all kind of cut y'all's teeth at?
Besides the commercial and the state projects, which, to be honest with you, it's not for everybody.
Right.
I think that everybody's bread and butter is the homeowner.
Okay.
Is the homeowner, the repaint, which is equally easy and difficult, but it's more easy. You finish the job, you get paid, you move to the next one. That's
Right.
everybody's after it. Everybody's after money and how they can, sustain business, and how they can, keep their people. Painting business is a labor-based trade. It's
Right.
all about labor. You need to be active through, if possible, throughout the whole year. And
Right.
living in Florida, we are a little bit kind of seasonal. We are kind of seasonal. You can get slow periods during the winter time, if you can call it winter. You can
Right.
get slow periods during the holidays, when everybody's having the family and they don't want you around. They don't want you in the houses. Um, you can have slow period during the hurricane season. I mean, we had a pretty intense hurricane season this past, you remember, two
Right.
hurricanes back to back. People got scared. Everything was paused. And I have to tell you that still, most of homeowners are still struggling. They didn't get their money from the insurances, which means that
Right.
they cannot move forward with their projects. Many of them, they're still living in places that they're not fixed. Maybe they live with families and they have closed homes. I mean, the situation
Right.
is not cleared up since the last hurricane season yet, and we are almost ready to get into the new one,
Right.
which I have to say that the prediction is not very good. We're talking about another intense season with 25 active hurricanes, and God forbid we ain't gonna see any of that in our area again. But only God
Right.
knows.
Yeah.
So
Abs-
just to sum up to your question, I think that the homeowner is the bread and butter for all the companies, all the small local companies. It is the best and the how can I put it, the easiest part of the business, and everybody is after the homeowners. Everybody is after them, from
yep.
small companies, from freelancers, all the way up to the big companies that they just have, like a subdivision, and usually with subcontractors, they hit the homeowners as well.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit of that construction background knowledge. Not a ton on the painting side, especially. Mine's more HVAC based and septic based.
Mm-hmm.
But the construction world's awesome. I think it's an amazing industry. Getting to
It is
build and
amazing. It is amazing industry, and just to speak for my industry, painting. There's a lot of people out there that they think that painting, professional painting, is easy. I mean, if you think about it, me and you, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a painter.
right.
I'm not a painter. I don't know how to paint professionally. Yes, I have painted, and I'm sure that you, at some point of your life, painted your bedroom, but professionally, painting professionally is a completely different type of painting.
Right.
People sometimes they get confused just because it's so accessible to everybody. Sometimes they do not appreciate it. Sometimes they try to, avoid painting the proper price, which for small companies like us, this is killing us. This is killing
Yeah.
us. But professionally having your house professionally painted, it's not as easy. And since we were talking about the favorite target group of all, which is the homeowners, it might be the immediate and easy money, but at the same time, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to have a crew in a house that is already furnished with a family that they're living their day life, their schedule every day, coming into and do such a major project as repainting their whole house between their personal items, their belongings.
Yeah.
Be
No,
there,
absolutely.
be there, and try to be effective, try to be invisible, try to
Right.
be quiet, and try to be effective in and out as soon as possible without damaging the house, without spilling your paint all over, and at the same time maintaining the customer service. Keep an eye about the family, what they need to do every morning, when are they leaving, when are they coming back. That's not as easy as it sounds.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that makes a ton of sense.
Exactly.
It does make a
Especially
ton
when
of
you
sense.
have to paint interior. Exterior, the things are a little bit, easier because you're not in their way. But when
Right.
you paint interior, that's where you get to see the quality, how good of a crew works together, how bonded they are, and basically the quality of a company, the
Right.
customer service of the company.
That's everything. Because that's
Oh
about to
yes.
say. And that'll kind of lead me in my next question is be kind of what over the last 10 years, it's not easy to stay in business for 10 years. You know what I mean? It's not any
It is not. Sometimes when
what
somebody asks me about my accomplishment, I want to say that, hey, being out there for 10 years, it's sort of an accomplishment, especially for a
absolutely.
small, right?
Yeah, no,
For,
for
for,
sure.
for a small local business. I have to consider it as an accomplishment today.
Most definitely, yeah, most definitely. Because we're in the payments world. We do the credit card processing, payment processing, to where
Mm-hmm.
we see businesses. We see the 10-year life for a lot of businesses. It's one of those things where it could be 1 to 2 years, and anything that's over five, we say is a success because that means that somebody's operating smoothly. But how would you say what's really kept you guys going? How has it helped you grow? Would you say y'all grow a ton off referral base? Do you get out and network? Kind of how have you grown the business over the last 10 years?
In the painting business, just because of the competition and just because of the seasonal of the industry, I would say that you have to do a lot of things at the same time, because each and every one of them, it helps you a little bit.
Right.
Customer service and referral is very basic. You just said it. It's a service industry. I'm not selling the best table in the market, which if you want it, you're going to come to me. I'm selling service. I am selling myself, my good service. And if my service is not good, I'm going to be down the drain faster than you think. So referrals and good service, they go along the way, but you need a little bit the help of the advertisement, because if you do a good job, a customer is not going to need you on their exterior for at least 7 years.
Right.
If you do a good job interior, the same, even more. Unless you are so lucky that your customers, they like to spend money every year and they like to change the colors, keeping up with the trends or their emotions, which doesn't exist.
Right.
So you're gonna need the advertisement. You're gonna need to spend a little bit money to make some money. Either you wanna advertise on Google, either you wanna advertise on social media and Facebook, which the majority of the companies in my industry do. A little bit of direct mailing. This is another thing that we are doing. We are painting in a neighborhood. Our trucks are there. Our boys are there. I always urge my people, go 10 houses up, 10 houses down, and put our card, put our flyer on their doorstep, trying not to bother anybody, try not to solicit anybody,
Yep.
because, he's going to get it. He's going to see it as soon as he steps out the door, and then he's going to lift his head up, and right across, he's going to see the truck. That also helps.
Absolutely.
There's
Call it
a
the 10 foot.
ton.
We call it the 10 foot rule. That's what I call it. The
Yes,
10 foot
yes,
rule.
exactly. Yes, exactly. I mean, small companies like me, definitely, they don't have unlimited budget to spend on that, but a little bit of everything, it helps. And you have to
Absolutely.
do it if you wanna maintain consistency on your business. There is
No,
no
most
point
definitely.
on having a month super busy and then the next month, whatever you were able to make it, to put it on just to get the company, to keep the company afloat, because you don't have business.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Yes, and it's not easy. I have to say, it's not easy, because the demand is so big, and you get to find in the internet, you get to find all kinds of scammers. I have to say it. You get to find all kinds of unreliable people that they get your money and they never deliver anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's all in there. It's all in the game. It's all part of the game.
Yeah. No, and wrapping it back to what we started out with is
Yeah, yeah,
that referral base, like those referrals and that good customer service and treating clients good go hand in hand, because if you don't treat people
definitely,
well, you're not going to get those referrals, and then because people are
definitely,
going to work with who they like, know, and trust, and then if not, they'll go to some big conglomerate
definitely,
brand that they know
definitely.
they're going to get something back from. They'll go to like that five
Yes.
star painting chain or something like that,
Yes,
just because they
I
know.
I am doing everything at this point. I mean, at this point, I'm doing everything myself. I do
Yeah.
professional networking. I do social media advertising. I have my Google My Business profile. I mean, you have to do whatever it takes to be able
Yeah.
to stay there and keep your business going and keep your company afloat and your people happy. Most importantly, you have to keep your people, busy and
Yeah.
happy. The
Yeah.
service business is all about the crew. Is all about the crew. The products and the materials and everything is right, is out there. Everybody knows it. If your crew is not happy, and if your crew cannot implement in a correct way everything that requires for you to deliver a good project, a good
Right.
quality project, you're dead. You're dead.
Yeah, float dead in the
Nothing
water.
else matters. Nothing else matters.
Yeah, I can see that, and swaying away from what you've done really well, through your time is what let's go to something else on the opposite scales. What have you not done so well? What's kind of been the things that you've struggled with over the last 10 years that's something that's you feel like may have held you back, or something you may do well now that if you'd have done it 10 years or 8 years earlier, it changed the business.
Oh, I have, well, I'll tell you what. It's more like a complaint, but the market is this way, and you will have to adjust in the new way. The market does not adjust with you. You have to adjust with the market.
Right.
And I explain myself. The small painting business, they're facing a very, very big and bad competition. And I'm pretty sure every other trade as
Right.
well, from the people that I call jack of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
The people that they know a little bit of everything,
But not much about
but
anything.
not much about anything, exactly.
Yep.
But when in a place like Tampa Bay, the 30% of our pie is now has been on the hands of commercial projects, meaning flipping, investing, buy and sell, you name it. These people, they want the ultimate profit, and they always choose to go with the jack of all trades, just to have the best price possible, just to squeeze from whatever angle they can. And I get it. That's how the game is. I get it. This is a commercial project. You're gonna sell it. You are not the homeowner that cares about it, how it's going to
Right.
be. So as long as it's be presentable and decent and meet the criteria, get it out, sell it, get your money, move to the next one. But as a solid painting company, I have been in many projects to try and correct a job that is completely messed up,
Yeah.
arguing with the homeowner or the investor or whoever that I have to give him the best price because he's already paid the money to somebody else,
Right.
left them with a half-done job or with a very bad job, and now they don't have all the money required to fix it. I
Right.
have
No.
been
Yeah.
in I have been in many houses like that, especially from homeowners that they are out of state, and they
Right.
just picked up somebody because of a recommendation or because just of a price,
Right.
a very good price, that I'm going to do everything from this to this. I'm going to give you a bulk price, X amount of money. Okay, do it, get this deposit. And then all of a sudden they get disappeared, or they cannot do the job, or they cannot perform as they claim that they can.
Mm-hmm.
This has been a constant, pain. And like I said, not only for me, I'm pretty sure to other trades that are more complicated or more upscaled than the simple paint.
Right.
Electricians, they're going through this, plumbers, they're going through this, everybody's going through this.
Right. In the trades world, for sure.
People with no insurances, no credentials, because it's just a phone number. You don't pick the phone number, okay, go figure, go find him, go claim your money back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go try and figure that out.
Yeah, exactly.
What happens when they painted when it was sub 40 degrees and now your paint's falling off the side of your house?
Yep, exactly. I mean, they don't have anything to lose, I guess. It's not like me. If you go right now on internet and just type Florida Superior Painting, you're gonna see my darn name pretty much into everywhere.
Right.
So I have many things to lose from a customer that he's not happy and just go on all over social media or all over the platforms and start, giving bad reviews to the company, because I'm out there and everybody can find me at any time.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. That makes a ton of sense. Being transparent and being visible definitely helps you grow too. Helps you grow your
Yeah,
business too.
yeah,
But
yeah.
Melita, what would you say? We're gonna fast forward into the future here. What would you say? 10, 15 years from now, you got this thing rolling fully. What you ain't even got to be at the office. You got people doing your job for you, so you can go be, family time. What travel? What is it that you want to do with your time whenever when you're satisfied with where the business at, or you're out of it?
That is, to be honest with you, that is the goal. The goal at this point is the sustainability of the business flow and the business. I have no problem on leaving my business to somebody else doing it,
Yeah.
definitely, and just have a role if needed, like an advisor or anything else.
Right.
And as a service business, it needs to have somebody on top that cares.
Yeah.
You have to care. You are providing service. If you
Mm-hmm.
don't care, it's not gonna get you a long way. You
Nope.
have to care. Sometimes my people, when I show up at the job site, in a funny way, they're like, oh my God, she's here. Oh my God. Because it's like I'm taking the homeowner's side. When I see something, when I say, hey, I see this, I want this, do that, care about it. If you care about the job that you are doing, about the service, it shows and it's appreciated. Sometimes it can get you a job even if you're not the cheapest one.
Right.
So as long as my business is up to that level and I have the right people to run it, I have no problem to step down. The goal at this point is to expand, grow more the Florida Superior Painting so it can sustain workflow and viability. As we speak, I'm just waiting for my state certification as a woman owned and operating company, and my next goal is to start bidding on state jobs. And I hope that this will open new horizons in the
Yeah.
business. And I really am really excited about it, and I'm waiting to start as soon as I get my certificate on hand. I'm gonna be ready to start, working
Yeah.
on that as well. And definitely, whenever I'm at that level, confident level, of course, it's always family. It's always a little bit time for myself and for my family because, again, as a small local business, the owner usually wears all the hats. Usually wears all the hats. There's no stop. The
Most
phone might
definitely.
ring 9 o'clock. You have to pick it up. That's
Yep.
how it is.
Yeah, most definitely, and it's awesome thing. Congratulations, also 10 years in business, being woman owned and operated is awesome.
Thank you so much.
And then and this is this that what we're just talking about just kind of segues me perfectly into what the last question is for you, and it's you're the epitome of this. You've literally burnt the ship. You were working in a job that you were probably okay with. You got paid well, everything was taken care of, but you chose to go on the entrepreneurial side and you know pave your own way. Burnt the ship and left what was there and said, "Screw it, I'm going forward."
Yep.
What was the emotion like when you burned the ship? That's the last thing we have for you. Is what was that feeling? And obviously you did it, but what was that feeling?
Getting into the business world, it is very satisfying, but it's also a curse. You
Right.
have to have it. It drags you towards. It drags you because it's not easy to be a business owner. It's
Right.
not easy at all. The things that you have to do, the stress, the anxiety, the amount of working hours, it is satisfying. It is satisfying. As soon as you do it, there is no going back, as hard as it is. And through all the trouble that it requires, you're still going to be happy that you are doing it. But like I
Right.
said, it drags you to it. You have to want it. You have to have it in you. There was always there was always going to be things that you will require to do to adjust your business in every year's reality. Our our world is so liquid, became so liquid. Things are changing in humongous speed on the business, on the society, on the communities,
Right.
local and international level. You're going to
Right.
have to be on top. You're going to have to adjust to the new ways.
Yeah.
Uh, but when you have it in you, it doesn't feel like a burden. It doesn't look like a burden. People, they
Right.
might look at you and think that you are crazy. Like, why are you even talking on the phone? It's 10 o'clock at night. Don't
Right.
do it. Or it's 5:30 in the morning. Who texts you 5:30 in the morning? Well, I
You
guess
have
some
to.
older customer that wakes up from 4 o'clock and thinks that it's a good time to talk to their painter.
Mm-hmm.
You
It
know,
happens though. It does happen.
yeah, it is a little bit, how can I compare it? It's like a talent. You want to be a painter, a famous painter, or a writer, you have to have a talent. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. Hard
No.
work and talent, is what it takes, to be able to be successful all the time.
Absolutely.
So whoever wants to take the decision to get into the business field and, owning a company, start working for themselves, if you ask me, I say do it. But, think about it. Think about it. If you're ready to do the sacrifices needed, if you're ready to be 24/7, and who knows, you might be super lucky and not be like me, that I'm out there 10 years and still, trying to make it. You might be super lucky and you might be super successful from the second year and solve your financial problem and everything else. But you have to be able to take what it takes. You have to be able to be out there and give 110%.
Absolutely.
It's your business. Nobody else will do it.
Absolutely. Look, you guys heard it right here from Melita. All her stuff will be linked down below if you guys are in the Hollywood, Florida area. And I would assume anything within that, within 40, 50 miles of Tampa, you guys can service north and south.
We try to
Or I
maintain
guess
30
south.
miles. We try to maintain 30 miles to every direction so it can make sense. I mean, Tampa in Florida is not how it used to be. It takes you 1 hour driving time to go down to St. Pete from where I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to maintain a radius where I can still be on time at the project and still have enough working day to be
Right.
productive.
Yep.
So, in pretty much all of the painting businesses, that's what they maintain, about 25 to
Right.
30 miles radius.
Yep. Yep.
So I
Awesome.
would
And then
say most of the Hillsborough, most of the Pinellas, and most of the Pasco County, you can find me easily.
awesome. Yeah. And then we'll have her website linked down below. So you guys go check them out. And if you guys need anything, please inquire with them.
Of course, thank you so much. Yes.
Absolutely. And Melita, thank you so much for coming on and joining us. I'm going to give you the last word.
The last word. The last word. The last word. I would say high expectations.
Good. Good. Well, look, thank you guys and burn the ship.